Can we pause on this? Like that you're making a couple $100,000 a story and that Vanity Fair as a whole was nicely profitable at the time. And that in order to get there, and by the way, paying lots of people, including just an amazing cost structure. And you have the perception of premium and the massive benefit of complete access, the best writers, the best photographers, such that your ad rates are so high and advertisers are willing to pay a premium that you can still run a profitable business. Magazines were beautifully leveraged because you made one thing and sold it over and over and over and over again, right? That's why media, when it works, is so beautiful because it's a business.
And that's why software is even better.
Yeah, it's the same idea, right? And it's all about marginal revenue and marginal profit, not unit costs. I long for those days, and I sort of came into the business with the attitudes and cost structures of those days. We had, I think, in the US, 22 or 24 after the Rodale acquisition, magazine brands and more than a dozen publishers and 20 plus editors, all that made really good money, facing a market where I would say that the talent was way more highly leveraged in digital media, that even the senior people in digital media companies that magazine people look down their nose at made far, far less money. And now we're completely on the other side of that, where the businesses just aren't sustainable anymore and are really being harvested for what is really great IP value in many cases, where these brands have built up that kind of brand equity over years and years and years. So I don't know. I don't know where you see this kind of leverage, I think, Brian, in something like a podcast. Like your friend Kara Swisher came out and said she's making $20 million a year. We know that the P&L is decent over at Vox Media on their podcast.
How are they making $20 million a year? That is
how
crazy.
She? I don't know what that particular podcast makes. I know it's really popular, and I don't know what else she does to make money, speaking gigs, and she has a couple podcasts, all that. My point is it something that has the cost structure of Pivot makes a lot of money because it's 10 people.